The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Nadex Options Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Bull Bear Nadex Options Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 48. Nasdaq is up 6. S&P's up 1.5. Gold contract at $1.80, trading at $12.0620 an ounce. We have silver trading $14.51 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 35 cents, $72.39 a barrel. How about the light sweet crude, man?
To the moon.
Pretty intense, man.
It is.
No doubt. Notes and bonds, you get the 10-year note down 6 ticks, 118.14. 30-year bond off 16, 139.24. The 30-year, folks, has been went to a lower low today, rejected that low. What the 30-year is doing is going into the May swing low. Bottom line, we'll see whether that's going to hold. King dollar's down 155 ticks, trading at a price point of 93.620. King dollar has been failing to hold price. King dollar tried to get to a higher price last 2 days. Couldn't handle it. Bottom line, we'll see whether you get any volume on the way down. It looks like good old King dollar wants to get down into this 92.550 mark. The 92.550 mark is where the King dollar had monster strength on the 15th of June. The euro's trading at 117.90 to 1 U.S. dollar. The yen is out here at 112.86 to 1 U.S. dollar.
Green across the board.
Green across the board. They definitely went to Sherwin-Williams out here this morning.
That's right, man.
And we're going to go over to our man, Mr. Ben Lipsenstein at TD Ameritrade. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here, outstanding program. The program is normally done by our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks, Tom White. Ben has an outstanding program every trading day right at the TD Ameritrade Network. He kicks them off, actually, at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Bright and early.
Futures now, man. We're talking futures. What's going on, Ben?
Hey, Tom. Good morning.
Thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it, man.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Hey, Tom, I actually just had something come up. I apologize to do this, but would it be possible for me to call back in 2 minutes?
Of course
no
it
problem,
is.
Ben. We're
In the spirit of the show after us, fast market. That's right.
Fast market. I like it.
All right, perfect.
And listen, don't worry. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, Ben.
Okay.
Cooking, brother. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. And that's what happens in the media business.
That's right. That's what happens in the market business, too, right?
That's right.
What's breaking right now? Where is he running to break?
Well,
what's going on in the market?
What was going on, I was trying to figure out, the TD Ameritrade has a great network, folks, and Ben kicks them off, and I'm on there, they're on with us, and I was trying to figure out, like, how is he coming on right now? Because Kevin's probably not in. He's got to cover for Kevin.
That's right.
Bottom line is that they got to get it all going at the same time. There's our man right there.
Pick up the slack, right? He's got to pick it up. Where's Kevin Hinks? I'm sure he's doing something about that fast market as well.
That's right. So market-wise out here, this is what we're looking at. Let's go over to the U.S. dollar first. So the dollar, bottom line is that you're pulling back into this bar. The real question is going to be, like we had out here today. Now, I happen to want the dollar to go down, and I think that's where it's going. So what is happening out here today, I kind of like how it is trading, because we've had light volume on the dollar, excluding last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, last Thursday. But we came down with some good juice. So what the dollar tried to do today is get into a higher price, couldn't handle it, pulling off. Bottom line, it's setting up, I suspect, for tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll see where that whole thing is going to shake out. Now, GE, we've been talking about GE.
Quite a slide yesterday,
oh,
right?
Man.
Where are we at today?
Oh,
the pain continues.
The pain continues. And now what we are, I believe we're 6 pennies away from the place that I was looking at for quite some time that it could go.
Yeah.
5 pennies away. So we hit. It's the high of the low is 11.35, and we hit 11.40. And the kicker here, folks, is that it's a small ABC down. When I was doing this yesterday, and the price projection is about I think it's about 10 something.
Not to get sarcastic, but where is the uptrend in this downtrend as you find an ABC?
Well, that's a monthly. So if it's ever,
I mean, there's no
totally.
reprieve at all.
No, there isn't, because if this was ever an ABC on a monthly, it's out of business. On the weekly, what you have a small ABC. Well, let me do the weekly.
Sure. Okay, I guess when you put in a shorter time frame, it does have some positive days.
Yeah.
I had to laugh. No, I know, but
listen,
you put that on a monthly, and said, where is the...
It's a small one. That's the reality.
Okay.
So,
no, that makes more sense.
You get 12.
Hello.
Oh, who do we have? Do we have Ben back on the line?
No, actually, this is Carlos. Good morning.
Hey, Carlos, what's happening, brother?
Carlos, our producer, he just patches you right into the show at this point. That's what happens.
I like that.
I'm sorry. I was waiting for the TD Ameritrade guy, and I said, well, it's like it's me.
It's perfect, man.
That's even better.
We
Perfect,
love it.
man.
1-2 punch. Perfect.
So.
And the reason I called today is two reasons. JNugget, and to congratulate you guys on the new website. I think it's a great site, simple, and one of the main things is you don't have to click too many times to get to the same place. It's just one click, and everything is there, everything I need. And one thing I need to say is, guys, I owe you so much that the only way I can pay you back is not only paying my subscriptions, is referring you to friends and relatives.
Well, listen,
everyone who's listening, do the same so we can keep this site up.
Well, we appreciate you out here growling and prowling with us, and you sound really strong, man. So you're feeling good?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so great.
Wow. How cool is that?
Totally.
That is great.
That is
Thank you
fabulous, man. That is so cool.
Yes.
Okay, so So you had a long road, man, but you really sound strong right now, man. That's awesome.
I've been working this thing out home and trading when I can, and doing my exercises and eating better.
Yeah.
And it's helping a lot.
That is so cool.
Helping a lot. And that white light.
And the white light works, man. Energy. We're all energy.
That's right.
That's the bottom line. And it's
so
it's about a belief system, really, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
because all the power is right inside us, man.
I like it,
Yeah,
totally.
There's no other place where I can get so much white light. And I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me, and as far as education and as far as sport. Just even when I'm not calling, I can always hear saying something about either something about me or one of the Tigers that is either trying to recover. And we really, really think it's a great human way. Thank you, guys.
No, thank you, man. So let's make some money. We get JNug. Okay, so JNug, folks, is the Direction Daily 3 times bull position of the junior gold miners. The low for the year is $8. Low for the year is where am I? Low is 640. The high is 2050. And the bottom line is that we're still having a tough time with that 12.18. So all the sellers in the gold market, well, not all the sellers, but it seems like in the future market, between the 12.18 and the 12.20, Carlos, it's pretty intense. And I like the trade. I mean, it looks to me like this thing is going to try to make a run into that $9.20 mark, which is the swing high of the 28th of August.
Thank you, guys.
Carlos, so good to hear from you, man.
Thanks for the call, Carlos.
Thank you. Bye.
Stay right there, folks. We got our man Ben Lichtenstein coming.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now trading up 45. You get the Nasdaq flat. S&Ps are up 1.5. We got our man, Mr. Ben Lichtenstein, back from TD Ameritrade. Ben hosts the Future Show, folks, each and every day on the TD Ameritrade Network. And if you just heard him a few minutes ago, he had to get off so he could sell some dollars for me.
I guess so. Who knows what's going on over there?
I apologize for that. Chris.
No. Hey, listen, as long as you're selling the dollar, it's okay, man.
We won't make it.
Well, selling the dollar or buying the other currencies, one way or the other, it seems like you've been up over the last couple of days, right? I mean, it seems like most of the weakness, as far as what I'm seeing, is coming from strength in the foreign currencies. Why isn't the dollar rallying? You got new highs in rates. You got bonds into new lows for the year, 5-year, 2-year, into new lows for the year, but a little bit of a disconnect, huh?
There is. And you know, what's interesting, Ben, is that not last night, the night before that, the Shanghai market came off the lows like in a big way. And it's like, okay, man. I was looking, I says, this is really interesting because, you know, Ben goes through the futures every trading day, folks. You've seen him a million times. We're going to get you his Twitter account when we're ending.
We were checking out. We got Kevin Hinks on there, too.
I like that Twitter account, man. You're up and going. It's beautiful. And it just seems that, okay, so, you know, the emerging markets, they've taken a big deep dive, no doubt. And the real question, I guess, is going to be, you know, are we going to get a change of trend in this dollar? You know, so we don't know yet, but we'll see. And you know, if we talk commodities, I mean, everyone's looking at that natural gas again, and it's like, okay, right, man, you know, the winter's coming. You know, we're at $3, $3.05 actually. You know, it's like, you know,
right.
What do you think in the natural gas market?
I'm watching it, Tom. I'm noticing the move above $3. The one thing I keep noticing also is that inventories keep going up and up. I mean, it was last week we had inventories in the 80s, right? It was something like 86 billion cubic feet or something like that. I mean, the week before I think it was 60-something. It's just, it's incredible the amount of natural gas that they're pulling, but it is finally on the rise. I think there's calls for colder temperatures to come. Similar situation with the heating oil. We're watching that start to work its way higher too. So there's again, much like we were talking about in terms of in terms of the dollar disconnect with rates, a similar situation in terms of some of the energy markets and the disconnect from some of the fundamentals that are going on there. Again, natural gas. I mean, I tend to steer away from that product in terms of trading it. They call it the widowmaker, and rightfully so. And the other energy markets are a little bit more along the lines in terms of my speed. But
no, I agree. The natural gas, folks, is called the widowmaker. There's no doubt. I haven't traded in a long time.
It can move.
I'm sure you remember, you used to have to put up $10,000. To trade natural gas because the moves
what
are
was
so.
That, like $7, $8 more money back then? It was much higher than it's at right now.
It was $10 or $12. Yeah. I mean, it was insane. It's still bottom line. It is what it is. So. It's going to be intriguing. Like if we look at the soybeans, right? I mean, those babies have got killed, right? And they may have come off this low. I mean, we'll see where this shakes out, right?
Well, they have, but they've been balancing down around on this. I think it's like, I'm not looking at the chart right now, but whatever, that 825 to 850 or area.
Right.
Yeah, right where we are right now, basically. And Tommy, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, what stands out to me when you make a statement like what you did in terms of introing the beans is they're hanging out on the lows. I mean, similar situation, a lot of commodities, though. You look at gold, you look at silver, but the beans, yes. And when I look at that type of price activity on the lows, and no, they're not, screaming into new lows today necessarily. It's sideways and consolidating. But I look at that as acceptance at these levels. I mean, no rejection of these lower levels. Obviously, news can come and the next catalyst and the next imbalance will occur one way or the other, but one way or the other, very well-defined lower extreme range that we've been hanging out in here on the beans, and certainly under pressure associated with trade tariffs. It's interesting because, in theory, the stronger dollar weighs on the beans, and we had that discussion as the dollar was working its way up through the 97 area, but coming back down now, kind of a little bit of a different story. Why isn't the weakness in the dollar providing a little bit of a lift for some of these commodities like gold and silver, and in this case the beans? And again, another perfect example of a bit of a disconnect here. But
what you just brought up, I've been talking about this for quite a while because the disconnect is so dramatic that. Yep. Even when the dollar does come down, gold hasn't been able to catch a bid at all. I mean,
no, not at all. And no flight to quality bid either, as we saw weakness in the indices. I mean, gold through that 1,300 level really built momentum. The recent low down at 1167.10, I think it was, or 1167 and change. I can't remember what the dime is, but that and even still, don't get me wrong, we're off that 1167 level, holding right around 1200, but we're struggling with 1220 too. So that's why I say that well-defined range. And then very similar situation in silver, trending lower all year, accepting lower levels, this range, this balance, this value area that we're forming on the lows. I can't remember exact price on silver, 14 something, and we just got down to 1396 there as far as I remember. But yeah, I like, Tom, I like to look for those. The market trending lower, those consolidation areas stacking up, in this case in a trend lower to the downside. You get that breakout to the downside, consolidation, breakout to the downside, consolidation, break, and we're seeing that repeat itself over and over. Well-defined trend lower, beans, gold, silver, it's interesing to watch the relationship all of these products share with the dollar as well as it plays out over the last few days.
I like the term, Ben, that you're using, the acceptance of the lows. That's that's pretty intense because I can see that. Okay, I'm laying at the lows. You gotta show me that we have buyers. Because the bottom line is that you can lay at the lows for a while, then the bears get like a little clawy, and they say, okay, man, I'm gonna drive it lower again.
A little clawy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basically, that's what you see in a market that's trending lower, and for the most part, the gold and the silver throughout this year have been trending lower fairly well. It's interesting because copper has actually now, just to stick with the metals real quick, guys, copper's actually seen a nice move to the upside recently. I'm not sure if you've been talking about that too much or watching, but it's interesting, again, with all the talk of the weak housing market that we're hearing and everything that plays in together here. Well, let's watch copper over the next few weeks and see what happens here, because it had been exhibiting some weakness, too, for a while there, and it's that and
that 10-cent move,
palladium is the one with the strength right now.
Yeah, and it had that 10-cent move, 2 days ago, and when I was looking at that, and that was the same with the Shanghai. The Shanghai came off those lows high, really nice. I said, okay, man, maybe we have a shot here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get into...
Well, I mean, a lot of the focus obviously being on the EM, kind of getting full circle to what we started talking about earlier, guys, and while they have firmed up a little bit, I don't know if necessarily... what would be interesting to see is if the dollar revisited the highs around 97, if the EM concern discussions started to get revisited, if those currencies really started to revisit those lower levels, or if some of the central bank activity that we've seen on behalf of the emerging markets has actually changed the conditions to where a strong dollar, again, back up around 97, wouldn't impact them as much as it did last time we saw the dollar up on these highs, whatever it was last month, middle of August, I think it was. So we'll see. Like I said, it's interesting to watch all this play out.
Totally. And listen, folks, you can follow Ben on Twitter. He's got a great Twitter account, FuturesBen _ TDAN, right?
TD American Trade Network.
TD American Trade Network.
That's
it's a beautiful
correct.
thing. You're going to see his big, beautiful picture up there along with Kevin Hinks. And he's a great analyst, folks. Check it out. Ben, thanks so much, man. You have a great day, safe day. We look forward to having you back.
I look forward to tomorrow, guys. Thanks again.
Thanks,
and we'll make it a little smoother, less hiccups.
Cool.
Talk
It's
to you later.
perfect, man.
Something
Thanks.
that's
Bye-bye.
good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Monday, September 24th, TFNN is launching a new updated version of our website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, and starting Monday, you'll be able to experience the new and improved TFNN website. If you're a current subscriber, don't worry, your subscription will be automatically transferred. The new TFNN.com will allow much easier access to all your account and subscription information. Get ready for the new TFNN.com, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are up 34. You get the Nasdaq flat. S&P's also flat. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Daryl Martin from Apex Investing. Daryl Martin, what's going on, brother?
Man, how are you doing today?
Morning, Daryl.
Doing good, man. Growling and prowling out here.
You ready for FOMC week?
It's, I think the whole market is sitting there waiting. The market understands they're going to get 25 basis points, a quarter percentage move up, but the bottom line is that the market doesn't know what their statement's going to be.
What are they going to say about going forward?
What are they going to say about going forward? And what Powell has done, folks, and this is going to be pretty wild, is that each and every Fed meeting in 2019 has a news conference.
Keep us guessing.
Keep us guessing. So what are you looking at out here as we come into this Fed meeting?
So far, I've just been playing euro dollar. It's had a decent little bit of movement this morning.
Yes.
So, and natural gas has had some nice moves also.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, natural gas. What's going to get interesting in this euro, folks? The euro is at that 117.89, and this 118 area. If it can break it, you can get some big action. You're talking about a 124. If in fact we could get through that. Now it's been up there plenty of times since May, and it hasn't been able to do it. We had that huge downdraft on the 14th of June. That's what it's going into. So the dollar's also going into on the way trying to get lower. So that's going to be a big number. This whole thing with Brexit, the pound's going to get interesting, right?
Oh yeah, well it just keeps it's a gift that keeps on giving with volatility.
There's no doubt. I guess in one of the questions are going to be like, it seems like they're going to do a hard Brexit, and it's like
I was, when you said that, I was just thinking, and that should only accelerate as the deadline approaches, because every whim is going to be more meaningful when there's less time to sort out any problems.
Yeah.
So right now, they still have a little time, and like a little. But as that deadline approaches, if they have problems, it's not like they can just come back to the table. I believe we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean you're at 131 right now.
Yeah. 131.
Once it's done, it's done.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. There is a deadline, and it's a deadline, that the voters pushed. It's not something where it's just like a merger talk. They can just push it back. I mean, they might try, but that's not how things are supposed to work over there. So we'll see what happens.
It seems like they're getting more comfortable with the hard Brexit. That's I don't know. Well, I'm not.
It's all negotiation, right? That's the tough part.
Yeah.
It's like they have to say that because otherwise they have no negotiation. That's what always I fail to understand, how from the Britain part, how you negotiate, because they have no leverage almost. Like they've already said we're leaving, so the other side gets to say take our deal or leave with hard Brexit. That's where I struggle to, and there's other parts of that for sure.
Right.
But in the most simplistic term, like you don't go into a negotiation with the end game already stated, otherwise there's no negotiation room, right? So the EU kind of has the leg up as was intended, so that parties just can't leave at a whim. But that's the tough part there, right?
And then,
but one thing that will be interesting is once they accomplish this, it will sort of pave a roadway for others that might want to consider doing the same thing.
And that's the scary part.
That's why they're going to give them no room. Exactly.
Right.
That's not no room, but that's an element of that negotiation that you got to keep in mind, because there's a lot of member countries that at least it's somewhere on that political spectrum where they're talking about it. Some party in those countries are talking about it. So yeah, it's something that those EU members don't want to have an exodus form, and so they're negotiating with some hard tactics, as would make sense.
Because
and that's why
they're trying to make it scary and everything else. At the same time, if they see one survives, that's that's going to invigorate certain political bases.
Definitely.
So.
Right. And that's So that's something to keep on the radar.
And having their own currency, that was smart of them. That was that's a different ball game, man. The bottom line is that if they could just break apart one of the countries first and get a deal done, country to country, that's like the breaking apart of the the European Union.
Okay.
You know,
so break apart one of the countries. I lost you.
meaning, let's say that I'm Britain, and all of a sudden I say to Italy, you know, let's make a deal.
Oh, I
and
guess.
Italy says, okay, I'll make a deal, even though they're not supposed to make a deal without the full union.
Okay.
And that would be the beginning of the end, I think, you know, inside that European Union.
Can that happen?
Well, it all can happen. It's against the rules.
Okay.
But it's just like against the rules what they're already doing. You know what I mean? That,
okay.
That if they do a hard Brexit, they're just more than likely not going to pay them. You know?
Okay.
Paying the European Union. They have to pay the monster
Here's a point. I
amounts
mean, the
of
harder
money
they
to
push
leave.
them, the more they're going to be inclined to bring others in, and that may benefit from it. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be hardcore.
I thought they had to pay them some sums no matter what, and the real deal being negotiated is an after-the-fact deal of what happens in terms of trade deals and traveling. And the hard Brexit has to do with you want no trade deals and you want to be a member nation that has no, as in your British passport, gives you no rights whatsoever across Europe.
Right.
That is the hard Brexit.
Right.
I believe the money payment
It's going to be done anyway.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
that's where it's something that, as opposed to you're saying making a deal with Italy, that is actually breaking the terms of the being a member of the EU, which has its own implications.
Right. No, it's a big number. So what are you thinking about the good old U.S. dollar, even against the Aussie or against other currency pairs?
Well, it's been getting weaker against quite a few of them today.
Yeah.
So, against pound, against the euro, which, we got Fed funds rate coming up, everything else, and maybe there's a forecast that they'll hold off on doing it anymore, but I think if they, keep raising that rate, or they act like they're going to continue to raise it, which, they sort of implied they were,
yes,
then it'll just strengthen the dollar, and that's going to, cause a big volatile shift to the, opposite side.
No, it should.
And,
Listen, there's no doubt. When you look at the Fed fund futures rate, bottom line, we're at 100% for tomorrow. You're in November, it's very weak.
We got it up here now, yeah.
Yeah.
100% across the board. Quite
Right.
a bold statement. And there's even, you know why it's 100%? Because there's a 1% chance they go up by 50 basis points.
Ooh.
Even as,
That'd put a shock
they
in the
throw in
market.
there. But then we're at 73.7 for December for the second hike.
That's a big number, man.
Yeah, and we've been at 73.7 for a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
But before that, we kind of inched up relatively quickly from about 60 to 73 over the span of about a week or two.
Yeah.
Going back, and now we're sitting there. And then to bring things right into the future, you want 3 rate hikes. The market's looking at the March 20th. Big day, March 20th. Happens to be my birthday.
Yeah,
And
how about that?
for the third rate hike, looking at about 46% in terms of, so almost a 50-50 that we get 3 rate hikes come by March.
Well, a lot of the currencies are still devaluing their currency. If we go in and do that and we increase the value of our currency, then we ought to start seeing, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, euro dollar, all those start falling down. So.
And as we wrap it up, Darryl, we got like a minute left. What about some of the commodities? I mean, I just pulled up crude oil. Quite a run here as we approach. I saw Brent was at over $80 for the first time in 4 years yesterday. I mean, we got crude trading 72.47, almost climbed to 73 today. You trading any of these commodities? I know that you got EIA, of course, tomorrow. We got API after the bell tonight. Quite a number.
Yeah, I love trading the, obviously the inventories on commodities and on natural gas every week, Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And but oil's been flying up, which is good for me and my royalty checks.
It's getting expensive. Listen, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, folks. You can find Darryl at apexinvesting.com. Have a great one, Darryl. Have a safe one.
All right, you too.
Thanks, Darryl.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are up 9. The Nasdaq's up 6. S&P's are flat. And it looks like the whole market is flattening out here.
Yeah.
With the exception of, we were talking about you had Barrick Gold taking over Rheingold yesterday.
Yes.
And, if you go to Barrick, what you're going to see is that, the market's really starting to dig this.
Whoa, what's going on?
So, Barrick gapped higher yesterday, gapped higher this morning. You get a small ABC structure on the way up. And what that did, of course, is that the way the ratios will trade, folks, okay, that just gapped Rheingold.
Yeah.
356.
Yeah. And what was, can you go back to Barrick?
Yeah, ABX. So.
And what is the deal here?
The ratio, we'll get the one.
Oh, okay. No,
it should trade like almost penny for penny.
Yeah, no, there's a direct ratio.
6.128, I believe. 128.
I believe you're right. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. 6.128.
Okay, here was so Rheingold are going to receive 6.128 shares of Barrick.
Yep.
So you take the price of Barrick,
right?
You multiply it by 6.128.
Yep.
That's the price of Rheingold. They are not going to deviate from that.
And I'll do it right now. So
I mean, it's just they're not going to deviate. This is not one of those to put it to the shareholders. And the reason why I say you're guaranteed not to allow it to deviate is because there's very sophisticated programs out there that if that deviates in any capacity, they're arbitraging that opportunity immediately so that it won't.
That exactly. Well, and then that's to make sure that the deal's going to get done. That's their risk.
Right.
11.47.
This seems like though it's one of those deals where both companies are on board.
Yes.
There's no shareholder approval. There's no this is as exactly.
70.28. So it's trading over that. Look at that. 70.28 is the number. It's 71.66.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have to dig into it.
Right.
And maybe that is just that small bit of percentage where, the probability that it goes through is not quite 100%, right? That's it. It's probably 99 or 98, and there's your little 1% deviation.
And then, actually, when I looked at it, I'm saying to myself, when I first pulled up Rheingold, I says, "Oh my God, is someone else going after Rheingold?" Because even at the aspect that it's a friendly merger, the shareholders still have to vote on it. You know, I mean, it's not like the CEO just can't say, okay, we're merging now. They'll, you know, but when there's a friendly merger, well, there's a friendly merger. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you know, and, you know, the Rheingold shareholders, you know, I'm sure they trust Bristow. Well, the market has voted with its feet, and they like the deal.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, anytime they're both trading up, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. That's going to add value, and, you know, we'll see, you know, what very well could happen is that if that is a really well-run gold company, the essence would be that, okay, these other companies are going to have to get on the ball in order to compete.
Yes.
And, you know, bottom line, competition is good.
I saw some headlines yesterday just talking about if it would spur a few more deals.
Right.
For the same thing, to get competitive against a company like that. I also saw some headlines talking about how the likes of, you know, big-time activist investors, whatever you call it, Paulson, that they've normally come out against these type of deals in terms of, you know, spending boku bucks to go after companies that might not be in the best interest for the shareholders.
That's right. And what that is, Paulson right now is having a huge fight with Detour. And so Detour Gold, if we pull this up, what you're going to see is that Paulson he's a huge owner of this. Let's see, where is he? Oh, it must be in Canada then. Okay, so I can't find him here. No, that's in Canada. 1 second. So, no, he's in here somewhere. Because what has happened is that I believe he's one of the largest owners. If we put it, let's just put the news up. And what you have is that he's thinking that Detour is absolutely not taking care of there it is. Paulson publishes shareholder letter. Yeah, launches website. So Paulson, one of the largest long-term shareholders in Detour, even though he couldn't find it, today published a letter to fellow shareholders and filed and commenced the mailing. And he launched a website, shareholderfordetour.com.
Yeah, shareholdersfordetour.com.
He's seeking support to change the board of directors. You know, we'll see where the whole thing shakes out. But
what's interesting too is that, you know, and this is a Bloomberg article, so it's not quite the spin that you're going to get at Shareholders for Detour, which is a straight spin from whatever they're talking about. But many other fellow long-term investors have already expressed the need for change in the company's leadership.
Yeah.
See how that shakes out. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Can you back that up too? I just saw one. The company where the stock is the worst performer relative to its peers since July of 2016. I mean, you know, that's a statement to management usually.
It is.
Because if other gold companies are performing okay,
right,
you know, that's your peers. It's not saying you're a gold company, you've been suffering as gold's going down. That's understandable. You can't beat the tide when you're a gold company, no matter how good of a CEO you are. But it trades at a 47% discount to its own reported net asset value.
Right. And so what happens, and that's what's pretty cool about any equity, but in the gold equity business, what that is that that's flat out that something's wrong there.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So here's one of the things that's probably wrong. Over the last 3 years, Detour's board has paid itself 54% more than the average of its 4 closest competitors, despite the stocks underperforming those same peers by an average of 32%. Well, yeah, that's if I was a shareholder, I would not be happy with that case.
Well, they're sucking the money out.
And you know, in the grand scheme, I think Detour's like a $2 billion company, so the executive pay isn't probably crushing it. But guess what? That's not how things are supposed to work.
No, it's not. It's not. And they're producing right now. Looks like 780 million a year. They did 191 last year. They're looking last quarter. They're looking to do 184 this quarter.
And they're profitable. I mean, they're making 42 cents a year.
Yeah.
At least in terms of being profitable.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the gold business is notorious for not really bringing the amount of money that they should be bringing to the bottom line.
Sure.
That's been going on a long time. And you know, we just read that with Paulson. What Paulson also just did, he made a whole new group now.
Okay.
That group is going to try to keep not only just Detour, all CEOs, CFOs inside the gold mining business. Accountability.
Right? Yeah.
Accountability.
And it probably has to do with
that's what we
that
need.
point that I just saw in terms of CEOs making 54% more than their peers. Meanwhile, their stocks are down like 32%.
No, totally.
So, as a quick plug, we got the new TFNN up here. And Jason Paff, of course, he had his newsletter come out yesterday. You can check out the Quantitative Edge right there. My man Steve Rhodes, he's got a subscriber event a week from tomorrow, Wednesday, October 3rd.
October 3rd, a week from tomorrow. Imagine that quick.
No.
My God.
Maybe it'll be below 92, 93 degrees in Florida by then.
It will. It will. I look through the weather.
We'll give a plug to the Gold Report, talking about gold stocks, all that stuff. So we got featured content there, but right up here, newsletters, you want to get into anything. You got, of course, the opening call, Basil Chapman, Path of Least Resistance, Larry Pesavento, Fibonacci 24/7. You got Dave White with Tech Insider. And then jumping over to services, of course, you can get in there whether you want the Tiger's Den, or the timing of the trade charts. Man, Dave White again. Any of the health products, health signals, Primal Edge, and of course, Taz Profile Scanner. Rockin' and rollin'.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials up 26, NASDAQ, S&Ps, they're flat, gold's up $1.60. Come right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 30. NASDAQ is flat. S&P's also flat. Let's go take a look at some of the higher volume equities and see what we got. We know we had GE out there. GE's got problems, little problem child. It's down 21 cents. Big volume, 30 million shares. Micron Tech is down 95. That's taking a small hit.
So can I jump over to Snapchat? Because
Yeah.
you see that really what I want to jump is the Instagram founders, right?
Okay.
Stepping down
Yes.
at Instagram, and just Instagram basically just a product of Facebook. I say basically as in for stock purposes, but just kind of speaking to what might be going on over at Facebook and the little bit of turmoil. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, Facebook's taking a hit. It was down 350.
Yeah, and so the Instagram founders are leaving Facebook amid growing tensions, and that might be a good thing for Snap in terms of Snap's been struggling in a mobile advertising market dominated by Facebook and Google, of course. Yeah, just reading it. I mean, that's my just take was they got some problems over at Facebook, and it probably has to do with the environment that they've created over there.
Yeah.
And the whether it's using user data, not caring about user experience, even though Zuckerberg swears on his life that that's all it's about, right?
Okay.
But I mean, those guys that started Instagram, obviously brilliant, and that Facebook buying Instagram for, I think, was it $1 billion? I mean, one of the best acquisitions any company's ever made in terms of what they paid for it. And now those guys are like, you know what? We don't want to be here anymore. So just really listen to that when you hear that type of stuff.
There was like, I don't know if he had said that they were worried about advertising in the beginning, that there was something that Zuckerberg claimed that he was going to do for Instagram also, right?
In what way?
Meaning that
to not do advertising or to do it? Yeah, no, and it just speaks to user experience, same thing. But you had the guy from WhatsApp, I say the owner, he left too, remember? That's another big one. So you have all these people that they bring in.
That's right. That's right. Stay right there, folks. We got our Fast Market coming up next. Then I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. Be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.